out, okay? And talking about networking, are you familiar with networking? Do you know we just closed a transaction just for networking? Went to Michigan, from Michigan to LA to Big Bear. We did the final walkthrough yesterday. And remember, this is business. When you do business, it's about business. This is not personal. This is just about doing business. And let's talk about this a little bit. I just got an email yesterday or Monday from an agent that actually like him and respect him a lot. And the email says, just to make sure we don't have any future issues, please, you and your team don't show my properties. And I'm like, what are you talking about? The agent got upset because the seller got upset. We are representing the buyer and doing the loan, and this is one of the team members. I had the buyer with me, and the buyer decided to cancel the transaction because the property didn't pass inspection. The city, the property didn't have or couldn't get the roof certification. So they were trying to negotiate this. The buyer wanted the seller to pay for the roof. The seller didn't want to pay the roof, and they ended up canceling in the contract time period in less than 10 days for the inspection and the appraisal approval. And you know what? The seller got upset because they said they got time wasted. I understand and I respect that, and I know it happens 2 times with the same buyer on the same property. But you know what? It happens sometimes. And this is no personal, this is just business. We represent the buyers, we need to protect the buyer. If the buyer wants to cancel during the contract time, we just cancel the transaction. And that's that. That is why we have a contract. But then the listing agent got upset and they said they want to do business with us. Ever don't show the properties. And I'm like, what is this? Real estate elementary school? High school? Are you letting your ego drive your business because you get a transaction canceled? When somebody is telling you the truth, I was just telling the agent, you know what? If you don't cancel the transaction, your seller doesn't cancel the transaction according to the contract, maybe you're not going to sell your property because the buyer is not going to let you keep the deposit. And that's it. Just make sure whatever you're doing in your business, stay with the business. Keep it professional. It's not about egos. Um, and this is regarding the ego and the business. Now, talking about other things, it's very interesting. We just did an open house this weekend, and listen to this. The agent is showing the property, and the seller is listening, is recording everything on the cameras, on the house. And the agent says something that the seller didn't like. Because when you're doing open houses and you have a walk-in, sometimes the clients don't like that house. Sometimes the walk-ins want to see all the properties, want to see all the prices. You as an agent, even though you are there representing the seller, you sign the signing sheet because you are there representing the seller, you're not representing the buyer. At the same time, this is business. So going back to business, if you're doing business and somebody is walking to your open house that you're representing the seller, but they wanna get help from you to help them find another property, well, then you start a new relationship and then you hopefully can help them out too because it's part of the business. Well, the seller didn't like that. The seller was saying like, why the person doing the open house in my house, in in my property, is trying to advertise other properties. Well, so be careful whatever you're saying. If you want to start your new business from the open house and you're representing the seller, because that's the way it should be, just make sure whatever you're going to be talking about, everybody knows about it and everybody's okay with that. If not, you can just step aside, get the phone number from the walk-in from the client, then they are going to call you. We're going to make an appointment. We can talk about that later, and then hopefully everybody's fine. My way of point of view is, even though the seller might be right, at the same time, I'm 100% with the agent because this is about not only assisting one client and one person at the time, is trying to help and assist all the clients that might need our help. And that is my point of view with that. Even though I respect 100% the seller, and the seller might be 100% right, and the agent, I not criticize the agent because I'm like that. If there is anything I can do to help the client, even though it's not at the moment, I probably find a way to help them out, even though it's not that property. And remember, what goes around comes around. Going back to the same point at the beginning with the listing agent got upset and they don't want to do business with us. And now the seller don't like it that we talk about other properties with the walk-ins on the listing on the open house. you don't never know when that buyer is gonna come back. You never know when you're gonna doing business with us for any other reason. This business is about business. You have to be friendly. You have to be open-minded. I don't think it's a good idea to burn the bridges. I don't know, just my opinion. What do you think about that? Let me know what you think about that. Give me a comment. And last but not least, networking. Talking about networking. You know what? In April, May, I went to Michigan, United Wholesale Mortgage. I did the live event with them. I have the opportunity to meet one of my fellow brokers, Juliet, sending you love. Congratulations. And Juliet, she lives in LA, and she's like, you know what, Carlos, I want to buy a property, but I don't want to represent myself. Can we do business together and can we work it out and do something? I said, yeah, sure. Well, long story short, we did the final Word 3 yesterday, and now we are ready to close. What about that, huh? Okay, that's it for now. Today we have a business planning with Tom Ferry. It was amazing. Our next meeting in the office, if you're interested to get in together with us, will be on December Wednesday the 3rd. 2 p.m. business office closing the last meeting of the year. And that's it for now. Love you. Peace out. Congratulations to Juliet and congratulations to Elsa and the Mercer family that signed into the documents. Bye-bye. I'll leave it right here on YouTube. And remember, it's going to be tomorrow in Spanish. A Carlos La Energía are going to be from La Que Buena 96.1 FM radio live at YouTube, Carlos La Energía at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And that show will be for Sunday at 7 a.m. for the La Que Buena 96.1. All right, bye-bye. I'm leaving.